If you have ever used a Inferno build, then you understand the pain and suffering of having almost every single enemy in the game being resistant to your fire damage. But that all changes after today, because here we have a Pyro build strong enough to spank every enemy. A build you can use for the end game, plus hop into PvP and clap some pee-wee cheeks. Now that, my fellow jabroni, is our mission today, so let's jump right into it. Here we have the overpowered Pyro power stance. Yep, this build has it all. It is goddamn lethal and goddamn styling, man. Those are two badass looking weapons. The star of the show here is the grinning axe.
Yo, stay in the bag. Yo, get
This bad boy deals 80 burn and 80 ignite. Then the bloodlust sword, which deals burn and bleed. Now that combo alone is already looking pretty sweet. These are two of the best Inferno weapons in the game. But there is some very important gear that we need that really makes this build go plus ultra. By the way, if you need any extra vigor, weapons, armor, you can get it cheap and safe right here. You can use my code for a discount. Link is in the description. Firstly, the Ring of Infernal Devotion. It's a very late game ring, but it is very much worth it, because we want as much ignite as we can get. Essentially, we want to be proccing it on every single strike if possible. And yes, my little dumpling, that is indeed possible here. So this ring is turning all of our burn buildup into ignite. So that means the bloodlust sword is giving us bleed, burn, and ignite. Then the grinning axe, it already has ignite, so it's just stacking even more ignite buildup back onto itself. Man, this is what makes this build absolutely bonkers. See, with a Inferno build, of course we got our spells. Firstly, you can use your trusty little fireball and the magma surge for ranged attacks. But to be honest, I just go crazy with the buffs. Adir's Hard On, which increases our defense, Adir's Anger Management, increasing all damage types, and then the Inferno Weapon to enhance with even more fire damage. So we just pop them all at once. Boom, 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 and now we cooking, baby. Now we cooking. Yeah, boy. But see, not all buffs were created equal. The most important buff here is the Infernal Weapon Enhancement, because after testing it, using this barnacle head here as my guinea pig, I've realized this actually increases the rate of ignite buildup. You can proc ignite faster with the Infernal Weapon buff active. And now every single heavy attack is proccing ignite on poor Mr. Barnaclehead here. But then we get real disrespectful when we start adding on the burn status effect. We burning this man's undies off. Most enemies that do not have a specific resistance to fire will end up looking like this.
What's your opinion, doctor? He's fucking dead.
Here you can see the runes I'm using, as many ignite buildups as possible onto the grinning axe. See, on top of everything, the grinning axe deals wither damage. So if we combine it with the classic Ring of Night's Fire, we are golden. That wither damage is actually making a very special synergy going on here. So when the grinning axe deals wither damage, if you have the burn effect procced and active, that burn will immediately execute on the wither damage. If not the burn, then the ignite's explosion damage can do it also. So yeah, there's really no chance of the enemy gaining its withered health back. Now that's what I call optimization, baby. We got a little bit of bleed, lots of burn, and lots of ignite. Now all those passive effects will activate the Pendant of Burden, which also boosts our damage for every status effect inflicted. Well, apparently it does. Supposedly it does. Like, yo, has anyone done testing on this? Does this actually fucking work or what? And how exactly does it work? Because I really just, I don't know. So let me know in the comments if you know what's good with this. By the way, thank you for 21k subs. We moving.
And
So in PvP, the main deal here is the fact that you will not have much poise or hyper armor, so you gotta be nimble because you will get staggered. But once you start connecting and landing your hits, that ignite and burn will start to do its thing, and then just watch as your enemy's health bar shrivels up like George Costanza's tiny dick after swimming in a cold pool.
Lord have mercy.
See, the axe alone will be good enough to proc that ignite extremely often, so I recommend holding the axe in your main hand. This way, you can two-hand it if you feel like using the axe's main moveset instead, because remember, two-handing is best against individual enemies, striking a single target. Instead of the infernal weapon buff, you can use wither salts. The wither enhancement can lead to a heavy damage increase. But really, it just depends on what type of enemy you're fighting. You know, if you're an Umbral fighting off mobs of these Weenie Hut Juniors, then using wither salts can be extra effective. They are actually very close to each other, but in very late game, in Brahmi's castle. So starting from the vestige of Bloody Pilgrim, the Ring of Devotion will be right over here. Just chilling right over here. But now the Grinning Axe is right down this hill. Within this shack, there is an Umbral bed here. Through here is the raving, skin-stealing child molester who tries to mug you. Just skip right past him. Make sure to slap this bitch real quick. Yes, that is indeed a requirement. Then down the stairs will be a chest. Boom, one Grinning Axe at your service. But what do you think? Is this build trash, or do you like it? comment and share with us your own ultimate build in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, my fellow jabronis. I will talk to you later.